Black people, where do we start with money? Where do we go with money? How do we get going and get started with money? I'm going to give you three ways and three things that we have to do and have to start on this quick video. But before I get started in those three ways, I want to say this. The first thing that we have to realize and admit and take responsibility for is that where we are with money is really only based on two things right now in terms of Black people in America. It's really only based on two things. The first thing it's based on where we are with money is the history, right? We know that there was a long history of hundreds of years where Black people could not own stuff, could not pass down generational wealth, could not build our own wealth, could not learn about anything, let alone money, could not have access to ownership of things. We know that. The history is there. But the second thing that we have to realize and be responsible for as Black people in America is that where we are with money is also based on our doing over the last 30, 40, 50 years, right? Our responsibility about money in the last 30, 40, 50 years. We've had something to do with our decisions over the last 50 years or so has made an impact on where we are with money as well. So we have to take both of those things in consideration and know that both things are true. Two things can be true at the same time. Racism has caused, the history has caused Black people to be behind in terms of the wealth in America, right? There's a huge wealth gap that's there for a reason. But we also have to realize at the same time, we have our part. And going forward from here, what can we do? What can we focus on? I want to give you three quick things. The first thing is this. The first thing is we have to deprogram how we think about money as Black people in America. Deprogram how we were taught with money. The things that have been baked into our brain about wealth and about money and about getting wealth and about ownership of stuff and about assets. All those things, we have to change the way we've been taught about those things, right? And we have to realize that, we got to deprogram ourselves about what's out there for us in terms of money and wealth building, and that we can accomplish these things dealing with money. We got to stop thinking that money is evil, right? Money is not evil. Money is actually amoral. Okay. It can be good. It can be bad. People have done wonderful things with money, but people have done very evil things with money. Money is just a reflection of the intentions of the user of money, right? So money's not good. It's not bad. It depends on what's in your heart when you have money. You can do good things and you can do bad things. Totally up to you, right? Now, I totally understand that a lot of Black people in America are scared, have some fear when it comes to money. It's natural to be scared of things that you don't know and your parents didn't know and their parents didn't know and it was passed down. But you don't have to fear money anymore. Right? We can punch that fear smack dab in the face right now, and we can go out and get educated about money. So while we're transforming how we view about money, our view about money, we have to make sure that we're getting smarter about money and getting educated about money. And it's going to be a lot of self-education that we get about money. But we've got to have a different way of thinking when it comes to money and personal finances, right? And we have to be willing to learn new things about money, willing to take in new information about money. Because listen, if you can learn how to use IG and you can learn how to use all the apps on your phone and you can learn how to, do carpentry and plumbing and construction work and accounting, and maybe you can learn the newest dances and on TikTok, and you can learn how to become an attorney, or you can learn how to create an LLC. If you can learn all that, then you can learn money. Money is a learned skill. Nobody came out the womb knowing how to handle money and manage money. So you can learn how to manage money, but you got to go all in with the learning, right? You got to go all in learning how to save and how to invest and how to use money and how to multiply money. You got to read the books. You got to commit to reading the books and reading the articles and watching the YouTube videos and listening to the personal finance podcast and, watching his binge watch Smart Money Bro here on YouTube. I have 200 something videos out there that are free about managing and handling money. It costs little to no money to educate yourself and change how you think about money. But you gotta, take the initiative. You want to ultimately form a new philosophy about money, right? A new way of thinking that's yours. And if you're reading and learning and getting good information, you're going to be able to change the way you think about money. But you don't want to form a philosophy about money that fits old ways of thinking, and a philosophy that fits and reinforces your own bad behaviors with money in the past. No, don't do that. Right? Again, if you want to have what you have today in 20 years, keep thinking like you're thinking. If you want something different, you got to believe something different. That means you have to be willing to learn something different and be willing to be challenged to change how you think about money. Get uncomfortable with it, right? But you have to realize that where you are right now with your money, if you're an adult in America, it's based on your past philosophy about money. Change that philosophy today moving forward. Number two is this. You got to figure out in your brain, what do you want with money? What do you want to accomplish with money? You got to have a vision about where you want to be with your money. Now, it's going to take you some courage because a lot of people don't think about this stuff, but you got to think about where you want to be with money. And it's going to take courage also because you may not get there. A lot of people don't come up with, where they want to be with money because they fear the fact that they won't achieve it. Get over that. Right? No need to be thinking like that. Remove that negative thinking from you. You need clear vision and some clear goals with money. Very clear. This is your plan. In other words, you need a plan with money. That's the second thing you need is a plan. Write it down. Get out a piece of paper, write down your vision at the top, and then write down 2 or 3 goals that you want to achieve that are measurable goals that can be quantified and have some time associated with them. Right? You can do a vision board if you want. That's fine. But I just prefer doing an old school way, right? The vision at the top, write 2 or 3 goals. Please don't write down 10 goals with money, because when you have too many goals, nothing gets accomplished. Just 2 or 3 goals is plenty, right? Specific goals. I want to have $10,000 in my emergency fund by December 31st. That's a clear goal because it has amount and it also has a time. I want to have $50,000 in the bank to buy me a new home in 3 years from today. That's a clear goal with a clear amount and a clear time associated with it. Your goals have to be clear. Under each goal, leave some space because I want you to write down 3 or 4 daily habits, weekly habits that you must do to accomplish that goal. So now on a piece of paper, you have a vision, where you want to go, where you want to be in life with money. Then you have some goals and you have some action steps. That's called a plan. So in other words, number 2 is a plan for your money, right? A plan for where you want to go with money. A plan gets you there. If you don't have a plan, you're going to end up anywhere. If you don't have a clear plan with your money, any amount of money will do. So you want to make sure you have a plan. Number 3, the third thing we need to do to start with money as Black Americans, starting tomorrow, is you need to walk into your job, go into their human resources office and start asking questions. Okay. And if you don't go into a job, perhaps they have it online. If you work from home or something, go to their website, your HR website for your job, and look up information. I want to give you 6 things. Write these down if you can. 6 things that you need to be asking questions about, because I want you to take advantage of the low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit is your job. The low-hanging fruit is your workplace, right? Where you are right now is the low-hanging fruit. Take advantage of your job. Don't just go to work every day and just get a paycheck and go home. Go to work every day and say, I'm going to use this job to get what I want, right, out of life in terms of money. So when you go to the website for the HR for your job, or you walk into the office, you want to figure out if they have a 401k or 403b at your job. You want to know that off top, or some type of retirement savings, right? Here's 6 things you want to know. Number 1, are you currently enrolled in this 401k or this 403b or this 457 or whatever the plan's name is? Are you currently enrolled? Number 2, how much are you contributing every single time you get paid? If you're enrolled, how much are you contributing? What percentage, right? Number 3, how much or what percentage do they actually match, if they match, right? They may not match, but you need to know, do they match? And if so, how much or what percentage? Number 4, what funds does your job allow you to choose from with your contributions, right? What are those particular funds that they have set up that people at your job can actually invest in with your 401k? You need to know that. Number 5, do they have a Roth option? Right? Do they have a Roth option where you can start contributing? Because a Roth means that you contribute to dollars today that have already been taxed. And so when you go to withdraw the money, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. Okay. Number 6 is you need to know the steps for transferring your funds out of their 401k into a new employer's 401k. You need to know what steps do they recommend you take for that transfer to happen. You need to know how that process works, because every time you go from one job to another, you should not be pulling that money out and getting that money cash. You will get all types of penalties associated with it. You want to go ahead and transfer it to the next job. The word transfer is important. Those are 6 things that you want to be asking your HR, or look on their website to see if the answers are there ASAP, because this is the low-hanging fruit. This is what you already have access to that you're not taking advantage of. Your income at your current job is one of your biggest wealth building tools. And for a lot of us, it's slipping right through our fingers. It's being spent on things that are not productive or constructive 10 years down the road. And I'm saying you need to make sure you are taking advantage of those things, those automatic deductions, automatic payments towards a 401k or a retirement plan that are going to set you up down the road. You should be taking advantage of that today. Now, notice when it comes to the 401k or your HR, I didn't say anything about borrowing from it or learning anything about how to take a loan against it. Because I don't want you to ever touch the money until you retire or until you get old enough where you want to start withdrawing the money. I don't want you to think about touching it. I don't want you to get it in your mind that you can even take a loan. Now, you can take loans and so forth, and there's rules for all that in your HR, but don't worry about all that. In your mind, I want you to think, never touch it. Never touch it. That's what I want you to believe and think in your mind. Never touch it. One visit to your HR office can change your financial life forever. One visit to your human resources office can change your grandchildren's life forever, right? I know some people just don't quite understand that, but 50 years from now, you're going to see the fruits of the 20 and 30 years you put in to putting money towards your 401k or whatever retirement fund your job has, right? Don't settle for working for a job for 1 year, 5 years, 20 years, and not be contributing to your financial future utilizing the pay you're getting from that job, right? Those days are over. We know better. When you know better, you got to do better, or else it's on you. Today, we know better. Let's not do that. So listen, guys, listen. Those are the 3 things that I think Black people can start doing with money today to get started, right? How you think, get educated, get more information, new information, change the way you think, develop your own personal philosophy about money, have a plan, put together a written plan on paper, on a spreadsheet, whatever. And then finally, take advantage of the low-hanging fruit, your current job's 401k or retirement plan. There's so much more to this thing, guys. We're just getting started on this journey. But here's the deal. You can do it. You can achieve, right? What happened in 1830 and 1930 is not happening today. It's not sure. There's some of that stuff still lasts because we know racism is still out there, right? But you got this. Right now, the information is right there in your cell phone. Right? The wealth is out there for us to get. Let's go get it. We got to start. You got to get going. You have to do something different and have the courage to take on the new knowledge and new information. You got to have the courage to let the past go. Right? I offer one-on-one financial mentoring and coaching. I also offer free 15-minute phone calls, guys. That information is going to be in the description below this video on YouTube. If you're looking to manage your money better, learn to build your financial foundation based on your own unique circumstances, if you want to get into real estate, or if you want to learn how to start a business or side gig, grow your net worth, or even if you want to learn how to do business as a small business, say with the federal government, I offer information that's going to help you guys. My contact information is below. Drop me some comments. Let me know, guys. What do you think? What are you going to do? What are you actually going to do moving forward to start? right now to change, to get going in a new direction with your money, right? So, hey guys, if you got anything at all out of this video, be sure to smash that like button, share the video, and also subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Guys, do me a favor, take care of yourself. Let's get started, but also take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.